Good morning, everyone. Monday morning, and had an appointment this morning. Had to go to had to deliver some stuff in Reedsburg, and now I'm back in Boscoville heading into the office. But it is a Monday morning, sunny and beautiful, and it is time for the Moose Minute Project. So I'm going to take my time here quick and post that, because that is something I want to stay on top of. And titled this one, Complementary, basically not accepting, kind of things like that. I'm curious why or when we became to where if people compliment us, we become hesitant, we become whatever. No, don't believe that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that have no problems bad-mouthing, degrading, doing that to people. But when it comes to comments and compliments especially, it is harder and harder, especially when it's in person. I find women tend to not accept compliments as easy. Men do not compliment each other, period, except for when you play golf and it's a nice shot, or bowling, nice shot. Something like that along those lines. Or if you're hunting and you kill a big deer. It's those kind of things. It's trophy compliments or victory compliments most of the time for men when it's between them. However, if you compliment as a husband your wife on how she looks, or your girlfriend, or whatever it may be, they shrug it off. They don't accept it well. And I don't know when that started. It started, I guess, probably in high school, maybe. Hence why the makeup industry, the nail polish industry, the tanning salons, all of those became very, very popular. I know so many ladies that do not need 1 ounce of any makeup or anything else, and they are absolutely beautiful people. But it is also because their internal portion is extremely beautiful that helps them as well. Went to wound care this morning to give you an update of what my appointment was. I had a sore on my foot, of course, being a diabetic, have a stroke as well in my past, Lyme's disease, all that stuff. But the diabetic portion of it is really what makes wounds very worrisome. And I had staph infection a few years ago in my foot where I almost lost a toe. But I was very fortunate that they saved my toe at wound care at Sauk. Denise and her staff over at Sauk, at the wound care clinic at the Sauk Hospital, phenomenal group of ladies. So needless to say, I was helping with a few yard things and helping with other people's stuff, and somehow ended up with like a piece of an acorn or something in my slide-on shoe. I just slid it on quick to go do something, and it cut a hole in my right foot. So that's where I have been over the last 3 weeks, just checking in and out of there. They cleared me this morning, that it is all healed, which is huge news for me. Due to the fact that, like I said, being a diabetic, any kind of open wounds, anything like that, takes it to a new level. But those 4 ladies, 4 or 5 now, I guess, are phenomenal. And I complimented them today on all of them on what a great job they do. And I think it throws people for a loop when, we had a bartender the other day at Honkers. I texted Dan, a good friend of mine, said, hey, your bartender knocked it out of the park today. And she did. Phenomenal. They were slammed. She was doing it all on her own, running like crazy. And I took the time to send a message to the owner. And just because sometimes I've sent messages to where service was not as good, but I lived in this retail world. I lived in a retail world where we heard a heck of a lot more negative than we do positive. You get those that explode the internet on the negative portion, but yet you have to almost pry any kind of positive feedback from people. You almost have to pry it out of them to get it. And that's the unfortunate part for, I think, all of us, is if you have great service, you have great staff, whatever it may be, it needs to be brought to the attention of the manager, owner, what may be, because they don't hear enough of it. Especially managers, sales managers, I'm guessing general managers. I've never had that title really. But as a sales manager, I got a few people to comment, hey, your people knocked it out of the park today, or you'd get it online. But a lot of times you were dealing with customers that were upset, not happy with how things went, and they had no problems posting it all over. And then they post over not necessarily the whole truth of what transpired, because they're going to twist it to make it look where they got mistreated. Which then brings me to the owners, general managers, those at the top of the heap. You need to have positive discussions plus those negative discussions to make your business better and make it the top of the line. You need to be able to sit everybody in a circle, talk about the hard stuff, talk about the good stuff. You can't just flower coat and just kind of coat over things. It doesn't work. So the next time you're out, and if you have exceptional service and you have great things, ask to talk to the manager. On the same foot, if you have lousy service or the food is lousy, instead of just leaving and saying we're never coming back here again, talk to the manager as well. And not in a mean way. None of this should ever be in a mean form where you're ranting and raving and swearing or whatever it may be. Discuss it. Discuss what your thoughts were. My always thing is if you're going to come to me with problems, and how, if I can sit down and talk to you, at least then I can come up with ideas on how to solve it or how they felt it should have been done instead of the way they got treated. So the next time you're out and about, get great service. I don't care if it's at the gas station, grocery store, whatever it may be. Pass the word. People aren't hearing that enough, especially these days. We're not getting that in the realm of things that are going on. So that's where I'm at today with the Moose Minute Project. And of course, as you know, the Moose Minute Project is in honor of my mom, who's battling late-stage Alzheimer's. Me being as a stroke survivor in 2017, July 23rd of 2017, I lost my left side. Got it back. Everything is good from all the hard work at UW Rehab. So I am 22 days from celebrating 7 years of that day. After working a long day at work, and then that hit. But it's a drive to get me back to work. And it's been a drive for me to do this Moose Minute Project as well. So, with that said, I hope you guys all have a great day. Again, make sure you pass on the good things and the bad things. There's nothing wrong with passing on bad things either. It's how you do it. If you're cussing and swearing, yelling, ranting, and raving, most people aren't going to pay attention to you anyway. Come across level-headed, smart, and talk it out and talk over it, makes it a whole lot better. If you can be level-headed about it, you'll probably get the results you're looking for as well. But pass on the good things to owners and managers too. They need to hear that once in a while, and the workers need that too. So thanks for tuning in to the Moose Minute Project. Again, all my other videos are on my YouTube page as well, if you want to tune back to them. But As always, if you can bless somebody's thing today or bless somebody today, it doesn't have to be financially. That's not what I'm saying with blessings. Blessings are not that. If you can, great. But if you can just say hi, have a small discussion with somebody, or call somebody you haven't talked to in a long time and give them a call and just talk it over with them. And just have a discussion to check in on them. That's kind of a blessing to a lot of people as well. So enjoy your time. I will be back tomorrow morning for another edition of the Moose Minute Project. I totally appreciate everybody tuning in and listening.